Hey guys, and welcome back to the Totally Random Talk Show. I'm your host, Trayson, and this is your co-host, Max.
Yeah.
Say
Max.
hello.
Hi. Hello.
Well, it's been about a week, so we're actually getting a pretty steady schedule going for you guys for podcasts, and I'm sure you guys are gonna love this one. It's Christmas themed. I mean, come on, we did a Halloween one. Why wouldn't we do a Christmas one? Like, we're not the Grinch. So, yeah, we're gonna be talking about some lovely Christmas themed topics. So let's get started, shall we?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Our first topic is on presents. I love presents. I like giving presents, but I also like getting presents.
I think we all like getting presents. But
yeah.
I think the giving presents is also something that everyone should know how to do. Because some people just don't want to give anything. And they're like, no, this is mine. Like, a couple of weeks ago, I watched the Disney version of A Christmas Carol. Not the one, not like the live action one. I guess it's not a live action, but it's like animated and it looks real.
Isn't it Tim Burton? Maybe it's not.
It's Jim Carrey's Christmas Carol. That's it.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I mean, I did watch that one, but I'm talking about like the Mickey Mouse version with Scrooge McDuck. That one's forever and always the best one. Forever and always. But
yeah.
So just getting into the Christmas spirit is awesome. Like, I didn't get into the Christmas spirit really till just yesterday when it snowed.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
Kind of crazy. See, and now when we're recording this, it's a week until Christmas, which is kind of surreal in a way because I don't know. Usually, what happens is Christmas seems like it's forever away, and then it speeds up like super quick. You know, like time just passes by so fast that it comes up so quick.
Yeah.
But this year, I think it's kind of different. Like, the days seem so long. Like, it seems like it's so far away and close at the same time, if that makes sense.
It's weird. And the weirder thing is, it's really cold outside, and it's an El Nino year. And apparently that means that it's supposed to be a wet year, which means, wet, more snow, rain, etc. And yet, in the forecast, it shows that it's going to snow the day after Christmas, which is just sad.
See, there was one Christmas where it snowed like I think it was on Christmas, and it seemed like it wasn't going to. There was a 0% chance of snow, and it ended up snowing.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of crazy because it was a lot of snow.
Yeah. I love things like that.
Getting back to presents really quick.
Well,
wait, what?
Go ahead. I was just gonna say that snow is probably one of the best presents ever.
Yeah.
Except for in February. It just by then you just want it gone.
Yeah, but this year there hasn't been a lot of snow where we live, so
no.
It's kind of, I don't know. We need more snow because the snow helps get lots of extra drinking water too, because it comes down from mountains. But yeah, great present, water.
Yeah, love water. I'm addicted to it.
I'm so addicted to water. I would die without it.
I like how we both were talking about how addicted we are to water. We were like, so addicted to water.
I'm a water-aholic.
Did you know I'm a water sommelier? Yeah, I actually try the finest waters in all the world. And Fiji is a light but grainy substance from the deepest trenches and aquifers of ancient Earth. Or Pangea, for all you history buffs out there. Oh.
That's like deep ancient history.
Yeah. Fiji is good though. There's something about Fiji that's like, ooh, quality water.
And then there's also something about like tap water if it's safe for drinking. Some places don't have
Yeah.
safe drinking tap water, but where we live, we do. So
Where I live,
sweet water.
we have a problem in which the water sucks, and so we need to get salt, like the water purifying salt,
Oh yeah.
because like we get our water and there's like little flurries in it. Like it's not bad for you at all. Like the flurries are just like, I don't know, minerals and stuff that just haven't broken down like fully.
Tiny organisms.
Yeah, and so I guess like the purifying salt just like helps like the flurries like dissolve in the water or something.
Yeah,
but yeah,
just to make sure that
our water's just kind of crap. So.
But also during wintertime, since it's colder, a great present is when you get water and it's colder, so you don't even have to put any ice in it. It's just already cold.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, it's so good. And another great present that I'd like to share with everyone is food. I love food, and I'm so grateful for it.
Food is great. I'd die without it.
Oh, yeah.
Like water.
Well, you could go for a little bit, but like,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not as addicted as water, so you know.
Like, I eat a normal amount of food. It's not like I'm like every single piece of food I see I will eat.
Since I'm a teenager, I eat whatever I want to eat, and I don't get fat because I just can't. And I have friends who are all like, yo, I ate a bunch of food and I think I'm gonna get fat soon, so we gotta work out. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to work out because we're never gonna get fat.
I mean, it's good to work out.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. Yeah.
So, honestly, I'm just excited. I don't know what I'm gonna get for Christmas. I asked Santa for a ukulele, so fingers crossed, guys. Maybe me and Max can play a little tune for y'all. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
You see, you can hear it right now. I have it sitting on my bed, so yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Max already has a ukulele. Now I just gotta get one.
I mean, the one I have is very cheap, but I just wanted to learn it. I think
Yeah.
some skills, like with music is fun, so I like learning different skills with that. So yeah.
Honestly, another great gift is knowledge. Knowledge is a very great gift that a lot of people take for granted. Like, I know a lot of people at my school that like to like slough classes, and they just don't care about like getting good grades at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
like the weird thing about school is it's basically giving you free money in the long run.
Yeah, and a lot of people just aren't accepting it. I don't get why, but you know. So yeah, knowledge is a great gift, everyone. To be honest, if you think about it, music is also a great gift because music is knowledge, and also languages. I feel like music is pretty much a language on its own, because like
it is.
Like I'm in Spanish, you know, and Spanish is it's a fun class, you know, to be in. Like, you get to learn new cultures and stuff, and learn.
Sí, es muy interesante.
Me gustan los tacos. Sí, comprendo.
¿Puedo ir al baño? That's all I know. No, just kidding now. I'm in early Spanish, so I'm learning, like, conjugation and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I'm really far. I'm in Spanish 3, so,
fancy.
Yeah, I'm already in the concurrent enrollment class, so I'm getting college credit right now.
You're racking up that money.
Oh yeah, getting the good stuff.
One more thing about, well, like how I said earlier, like school will give you basically money in the long run. If you think about it, colleges will literally pay you sometimes if you get good grades, and you know, like if you're a star student, and even if you're above average, you don't have to be too above average. Some schools will literally pay you to go to their school.
Yeah.
Like they'll give you a scholarship, which is like, those are great opportunities that we have set up.
Yeah.
That you can get. I mean, other places are starting to try and get like free school for everybody. And I think that's an interesting idea, but you have to think, how would we even pay for that? Because that's a lot of money.
Yeah. One thing that I recently like found out, is there's this thing. I don't know if it's just like for Utah or if it's like for all over, but they have this thing called the Regent Scholarship.
Oh yeah.
And
Doing that right now.
I am actually probably gonna try and go for that unless I can get something better, because it's really easy to get. Right? All you need is a 3.3 GPA, 4 years of English, 4 years of math, 2 years of like language arts, right? And this is my second year, because like all this counts in like high school,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And one nice thing about those kind of scholarships, where like you earn it with the credits you get, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is a lot of people can do them. Because you said 3.3 GPA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too hard to get. You could get all of your grades could be A minuses, and you could still probably get that, and even less. Like you could get A minuses, a couple Bs, stuff like that, and you still get it.
Like,
and for me, yeah, like just turn in all your work and everything, and you get it. And it's a good present.
Honestly, like I've been struggling a lot this year just because of COVID and everything, like, and the online stuff. It's made it a lot harder to learn for me. So like I've kept A's and B's, which is really like spectacular, to be honest. But like, like half of them are A's, the other half are B's, and so that makes my GPA like a 3.67, and it's not amazing at all, but it's pretty good. Like, I'm not honor roll status, but like last year I was, and the year before. It's just this year has been so hard, like, to keep up with, and so I'm not really that mad because it's still way above a 3.3, and I'm doing as best as I can. Like, I'm actually trying, so.
And I feel like a lot of colleges will probably understand. They'll look at your school and they'll be like, okay, based on this year's grades and years before, you're a pretty good student, and then this year, because there was a literal pandemic where people were all over the place, it's going to be different, because some teachers really knew what to do and they really did it well, while other teachers weren't sure what to do because our schedule just kept getting messed with day after day. So it was a tough school year. But what's crazy too to think about is that all of our school for the whole rest of the year is over because Christmas is that soon. Which is kind of crazy.
I'm just excited. So
interesting things to talk about,
Well, I think we've talked enough about presents. Shall we move on to our next topic?
Yeah. Okay. Our next topic is on pine trees. So,
okay, I don't know.
Smell amazing.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was gonna say. Are you reading my mind?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I have telepathic abilities.
Magic. Magic. Are you a sorcerer? A witch? Can you?
Are you gonna burn me at the stake?
Pick a card, any card. No, I have to agree with you on that because that's legit what I was about to say. I was like, I don't know about you, but pine trees, they just smell good. So,
like, and I'm pretty sure you could be allergic to pine trees because anyone could be allergic to practically anything, but they do look nice as Christmas trees because they're one of the only trees that's still alive at wintertime.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably why they are Christmas trees.
Yeah, probably.
And also their shape.
I mean, just
lets you put like a star at the top.
Just picture like if we didn't have a pine tree as a Christmas tree, just picture what else they would try and find, like a fern or an oak tree.
Just a couple of branches.
It'll literally be nothing on it, just branches.
Like the Charlie Brown tree.
Yeah.
Just tiny. Like, that would change Christmas a lot. And those would probably light on fire much easier since they'd already be dead. So, yeah.
Pretty much.
Even if they're, and like with fake ones, you wouldn't even be able to have fake ones.
Yeah.
Because it would just be a couple of branches. You can't have fake branches. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they'd be miscolored.
Honestly, Christmas trees are great, and if you don't have one, you should get one because they're amazing. I mean, there's just something nice about seeing a Christmas tree and it's all lit up and it's got a star on top of it. Like, I have a tiny Christmas tree in my room that has Christmas lights and like tiny ornaments hung on it, and at the top there's not a star, but there's like a tiny bell. And so it's
that's great.
That's just cool. And so like it has a timer for like the lights, which is also cool because it's like battery powered.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think. Well, like there's so many different types of like ornaments and stuff now, where like with timers, just like you said, everything that make the Christmas trees look so much better than they used to. Because like if you think about it, before electric light bulbs were invented, people had Christmas trees for a little while before then, and they'd have to use candles and stuff like that, which is super dangerous. It could probably burn down their whole house. Like, imagine it's Christmas time, you have probably less presents under the tree, of course, because I don't know, it depends on the family too, but like you'd have all these presents that are like that could light on fire. You have this tree with candles all over it, and the whole house could burn down. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, that's why like some people, like, I don't think they put candles on it. I think they got tiny lanterns, put the candles in it, and then hung it, which is, it's safer, but barely. Because like I feel like a candle, you'd have to balance it like really well on a branch, and then you'd have to like melt it enough so that the wax would kind of like grip onto the. Yeah, it's weird. So I feel like a lantern is safer, kind of, just because it can hang there, but still, like it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah. And even now, we have to get certain types of lights for trees. Like you want ones that won't like burn, like they don't get too hot. And so this year we got a live tree, and so we had to get certain lights because if you get the wrong lights, it'll light the tree on fire.
Yeah. And
you also have to give the tree water so that it doesn't get too dry and light on fire.
Exactly.
So it's kind of scary because if you think about it, Christmas trees are like the Christmas death traps, but they're also wonderful at the same time. It's really terrifying.
It's just so inviting though when you walk in your house and you're like, oh, Christmas tree. Like I can see why people like to celebrate Christmas at different times of the year because it is inviting. It's fun. But it just doesn't feel like Christmas without snow for me. I don't know. And a Christmas tree.
And for some people don't even see snow because where they live, the climate is too different to be able to have snow, you know? But I think is interesting because then that means like Christmas all over the world is different. And there's also different holidays too, like Hanukkah. Instead of having a Christmas tree, they have, I can't remember what it's called. I'm so sorry, but the candles that they use, they light candles and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
Wait, which country is it that like puts like their clogs out and then they find like treats inside of them and then carrots?
I think that's either Holland or maybe Germany.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It's somewhere
Germany,
in Europe. I know that.
Germany for sure has Krampus.
Yeah.
Because Krampus just kidnaps little children that are bad, so be good.
Be good.
Yeah. Simple solution.
What
just
about
be
the
good.
Kinderlumper? The Kinderlumper.
The what? Not sure what that is.
You know, the Kinderlumper. Every childhood's nightmare in Jerusalem.
Oh, I see the reference now. For a minute I was so confused because I thought you were being like completely serious that like a country in real life actually does this, but now I understand. Phineas and Ferb.
They pretty much just copied Krampus and Santa and
Yeah.
put them together. And so uh,
And
that
they made,
episode's great.
a mix of Russia and
Yeah,
Germany,
that's pretty much what they
really
did.
weird. But like the stereotypes of it, which is kind of mean, but at the same time, it's a little interesting. I don't know, like he dresses up as
I
a
just
lawn gnome.
feel bad
stuff
for
like that.
Doofenshmirtz because his
Yeah.
parents didn't show up at his own birth, and then they sang him a song about a evil elf troll that was gonna come and eat him. But for his other brother, they sang about how he was gonna bring him presents. It's so sad.
Yeah, like they're picking favorites.
For sure.
Like just like people pick favorites of the tree.
Yeah.
See, tying it back. You know? Yeah, I have a very large, smart brain. I'm just bragging now.
Bragging.
No, that's probably not a good thing to do before Christmas time.
Right?
See, Santa is gonna hear me. He's gonna be like, "What's going on here?" And naughty list.
It's on the naughty list.
Busted.
Ooh, busted.
Busted. No, that's a song. Bro. Yeah. So I don't know. Christmas trees are cool.
You're gonna be busted. Didn't want to put the hurt on you, but you gotta believe me when I tell you that I finally found the dirt on you. So busted.
Ding ding. And and they have like I don't know. Sometimes they have graphics or whatever. I guess like basically people are like flying all over the place. Or sometimes it's just in a mall.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You know. You know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Crazy show.
For the people that don't know what we're talking about, it's still Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah,
go watch it. Go watch it.
About it.
It's great. So
and if you have the chance, if you're watching Phineas and Ferb on Disney Plus, go on over and watch The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah,
that's a great show too.
Hang on, did you watch the last episode?
I have not
the
yet.
Newest one? Oh.
See, what's weird is it's the final episode of the season. We gotta talk about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Today, the final episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian came out.
Historic.
And I remember about a year and a half ago, before Disney Plus came out, people were like saying there might be a Mandalorian show, but it's not confirmed at all. And then once Disney Plus came out, they had The Mandalorian on it, and it was huge. Like, such a crazy show. It takes all the things that fans want, fan service, and it makes it even better.
Yeah.
And what I think is the best about it is the director. What's his name? I'm trying to remember. John. I think his last name is Favreau.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jon Favreau. Yeah. So he's actually in Iron Man. His name is Happy, the character.
Yeah.
He also directed Iron Man, and he was in the Spider-Man: Homecoming. And he also directed Elf, which is pretty cool too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's a great Christmas movie.
That's awesome.
He's actually he voices the narwhal.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, which I thought was hilarious because, like, sometimes you'll see him as such a serious guy, right?
Yeah.
Since he's a director, some pretty huge movies and everything, but he's so lighthearted in the way he does stuff. Like with The Mandalorian, like they have a behind the scenes on Disney Plus, and you can watch that. It shows all of the different things that they had to do to make the show work right.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was pretty interesting because they used a lot of different tactics that lots of directors hadn't done for a while, and it's the same with Elf. So I just thought it was interesting because he's such a great actor and such a great director that he makes the shows right. Like the feeling of the show is right, and people were nervous about that, you know, because it could have gone the same way as the newer Star Wars movies, where some people like them and some people don't.
Yeah, instead they changed it and they made it amazing.
Yeah, and I'll have to watch the last episode.
Yeah, you should.
Planning on watching it tomorrow, so
nice.
It'll be fun.
Well, shall we get on to our next topic then?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Reindeer. Reindeers are better than people.
Yeah.
Sven, don't you think I'm right? Yeah, people will beat you and curse you and cheat you. Every one of them, Sven, except you. Thanks, buddy.
I like how the whole time he's just talking to himself,
I know, right?
and making a separate voice for Sven, because this is Frozen, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kristoff is probably one of the best characters in Frozen.
Probably.
Because he has a reindeer.
I know, right?
Like, those are the most amazing antlered animals. Yeah. I'm trying to find the word. I guess antlered works.
It does work, yeah.
Probably not the best word to describe reindeers.
No.
Antlered.
Fuzzy antlered. There you go. Because
there we go, yeah.
Like, their antlers are fuzzy. It's weird.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, it's cool.
And just imagine getting, like, hit by one of those, because those antlers could, like, probably...
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. That'd be terrifying. And that would be very painful. Then they'd also be fuzzy, and you'd just be like, what's going on? I'm confused. Should I be happy about this, or should I be very much in pain?
Yeah. Another part of that movie that I really like is when Olaf's there, and he's like, who's the funky-looking donkey? That's Sven. And he's like, who's the reindeer? That's Sven.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
totally just insulted Kristoff, not even on purpose, but
no.
Like it's honestly, Frozen and Frozen 2, those are pretty good movies from like the new section of Disney, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like the new Disney princesses, such as Moana, and that's about it, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're coming out with a new one pretty soon. Well, next year. They announced a lot of different movies.
Yeah, they announced
recently.
Like a show for every one of those movies. Like a show for Tangled, a show for Moana, a show for Zootopia.
Yeah, Zootopia.
Pretty much everything. It's crazy.
It's pretty cool too, because like Disney Plus has changed a lot. They at first it had a lot of stuff, but they're adding more and more. And at this point, they're announcing new stuff to put on Disney Plus because it is a big moneymaker. It's interesting to see like the streaming wars, I guess you could say, because there's lots of different streaming services, almost for every single company that puts out movies and TV.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And wait, really quick, back to reindeers. One weird thing about reindeers is that, like, does anybody even know where they actually live? Like, where do they even live?
Norway.
Here, Echo. Where do reindeers live? I want to see.
Here's what I found on Caribou's Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
The reindeer, also known as the caribou in North America, is a species of deer with...
Caribou crossing?
Echo? Never mind. Okay.
There might just be 100,000, maybe even 1 million. It's gonna be hours before they clear this track.
Yeah. Funny thing is that we just watched that movie earlier.
You just watched The Polar Express? Dude,
yeah. And
we have a Fat Cats where we live. They were showing it in theaters, so we got to see it in theaters. It's so cool in theaters.
Yeah. Such a good movie. But at the same, like, it's kind of weird too. Like the animation, they tried to make it look kind of like a children's book and kind of realistic, which makes it look weird for the time it was made. Yeah. But other than that, it's a great
I thought
movie.
they did really well in the animation because it's 2004 when it came out. That's really great because they tried to make it look real and they did a really good job too. But to be honest, I just have a lot of respect for that movie just because, you know, the animation was, even though it was weird, it was ahead of the time, and it's my favorite Christmas movie, so
like if you look at movies from like 2010, they're like the same level as Polar Express. Kind of crazy.
It's crazy, but I just like that movie. It's one of the best Christmas movies in my opinion. There's a lot of great ones. Like I really like It's a Wonderful Life, and I only saw it this year. And, like, it's black and white, but it's still good. And then I also like other ones like National Lampoons and stuff like that. Oh, that's funny.
A Christmas Story.
Yeah, I love A Christmas Story.
Yeah. There's so many good Christmas movies, but there's, like, nothing with reindeers except for the Polar Express.
Yeah.
It's like, apparently all these reindeers are just forgotten from existence.
Pretty much.
Yeah, weird. That's about it, right?
Oh yeah.
About reindeers, not too much to
No.
say. They're a lot like goats. They're
Frozen
like
and
deer goats.
Polar Express. They are in Norway though, because I found out like the only place where anyone talks about fjords, like, because they talk about that in Frozen, right? They like
Yeah,
live on a fjord. That's only in Norway. So apparently
yeah,
that
that
whole
area.
like both those movies is based in Norway. Because plus in the second movie, the Frozen River is actually in Iceland.
Yeah, that kind of area of the world, like Sweden,
I
Norway.
want to go there.
Yeah.
It sounds cool.
They're beautiful places.
Yeah.
Like I've seen pictures of them. So wonderful.
And like the hexagon-shaped rocks. I want to go there.
Yeah, that's a weird.
Yeah, like
thing going on.
natural.
Yeah.
I don't even know how.
Natural. How is anything natural? Like we have all the chemicals in the universe. What's all the elements, I guess, are natural, and some of them are radioactive, which is like they'll kill people and they're natural. What is this? Okay.
So our next topic for you guys is on the one and only, as Max put it,
Yeah, one and
Papa
only
Noel, Santa
All
Claus.
giving, Father Christmas, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a wonderful,
He is
wonderful
my hero.
man.
Yeah.
Some people
Visiting all the children's.
Some people don't believe in Santa, but there was like an actual Santa, Saint Nicholas, and
Yeah.
so now it's basically just the memory of Santa, and in memory of Santa, and for a lot of people too, the memory of Christ and his birth is kind of what Christmas is around, and how Santa kind of got based, like
Yeah.
well, it's just I don't know, like around World War One, Santa started becoming more popular since people were starting to I don't know, like I guess take after him more. So then lots of people would dress up as Santa, like a mall Santa, basically, and
Yeah.
give children gifts and everything. And so Santa became popular all around the world in that time period.
Mhm.
But I think the idea of giving gifts, stuff, kind of like with Santa, all comes from a heavy background of religion, since Christmas is like a religious holiday. I mean, now it's less of a religious holiday now, since we give out like presents and stuff, like more than other things. But I just think it's interesting how that's basically how Santa became like an idea, I guess you could say. I don't know, more than a person. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And I still do think that he's just as much of a person as he is like a legend, because like honestly, like he did come from like a background kind of like that, like it became like a legend or a story, that we all hear, like the Loch Ness monster. But like more people started to believe in him, and so I think that it was just like that level of people believing that made it real for everyone.
Yeah.
Just something way cool to think about.
And also how, like, I don't know, like, it's changed Christmas a lot. Because if you even could think Christmas was before Santa, you wouldn't have almost 90% of Christmas songs. Probably wouldn't even have Christmas music. And Christmas would be a different holiday. It'd still be about gifts and giving to each other, but it's different when, like, kids would be like, Santa's going to be coming on Christmas Eve night, and he's going to give everybody presents. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a cool story. And if you think about it, like, it's so, like, out there.
Yeah.
And so crazy that you just want to believe it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are, those people that don't believe, but I think we've all seen the Polar Express. So
Santa is totally real, guys. Like, who would think he's fake?
I know.
Come on,
like I remember in 3rd grade, I was hanging out with my friend, and he's like, Santa Claus isn't real. And I'm like, yes, he is. He's real. And he's like, no, he's not. He's not real at all. He
Would
didn't
you
sound
like
like
me
that.
to commit hate crime? No.
He probably sounded more normal than that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He was probably just like a high pitched little kid. He's like, Santa Claus is real.
Yeah.
But yeah, the point of the story is Santa Claus is real. Okay.
Like, I mean, at this point, people would say, "Grow up. You guys are getting older, right?" But
yeah,
who cares? Santa can be real if we want him to.
Yeah.
Let us have happiness. I like Santa. He's a great guy.
Santa's awesome.
Or he got clearance to fly over Ireland.
Oh yeah,
without a mask.
Yeah, he can fly over Ireland without a mask. The lucky dog.
They even explained kids should be asleep by midnight on Christmas Eve. So basically, the very start of Christmas, because he's going to come to their houses and he has to stay safe. You can't let Santa get COVID, so you have to stay in bed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's also not sick because Santa is good like that and he can't actually get sick. But he doesn't. Well, like, he can't get as sick, but he doesn't want anybody else to be harmed because he can still spread it. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's smart.
Yeah, Santa is
making moves this year. Santa.
Yeah, and he's probably going to, like, give everybody free gift cards. No, I don't know, something crazy. He's like, y'all have had a hard year.
Now, I think the question that we all want to know, Max, is, have you been good this year?
I hope so. I don't know. You might have to ask Santa that. What about you?
Fine, maybe I will. I think I did pretty good. I tried hard to be nice.
Yeah. There was one time, though, where just... I don't know. Like, sometimes, like, when you're watching a movie or something like that, and they do something in the movie that totally goes away from the plot or whatever. You know, like, if there's a movie about people in the space station and they did something stupid, like they opened the airlock on the space station and then all just got sucked out into space and died. Like, stuff like that. Like, there was a movie I was watching. I can't even remember what the movie was called or what it was even about because it was so, like, it was at the beginning of the year, kind of. But, like, I just remember they did something so terribly stupid that I was just like, why did you do that? Like, that's terrible. And, like, I was, like, getting all worked up over it and I was, like, yelling and, like, ah! And so, yeah. But other than that, I've been pretty good. It was, like, just watching the movie and, like, what? Just imagine, like, yeah, I don't know.
I bet you Santa's had to check his lists 3 times this year.
He's probably...
Because it's been so weird.
Yeah. He's probably like, okay, did anybody just turn off their camera and microphone on Zoom and then leave? Because that is a few more points to the naughty list. You know? You're like,
okay. I don't know about you, but one thing that I wish was never a thing was the elf on the shelf.
Terrible. Terrifying.
Terrifying.
Even just elves. Like, why does Santa use elves? Come on, man. Like, pay like, I don't know, maybe tall, muscular bodybuilders or something instead. That'd be less creepy.
Yeah. It would be less creepy, and it'd be more efficient too.
Yeah, they could hammer together like full-on cars, have a supply chain instead of having toy cars. No, every kid gets a full BMW.
I want a BMW.
Yeah, I mean, if I got a free BMW from Santa, I'd be stacked, bro.
Oh yes, thank you, Santa. Thank you.
Think of that. If everybody had a BMW, it would lose its value too, because every single person would have one. And so then, like, you go down each street, and there'd just be the same BMW on every street.
Giant bow on the front of the car.
But it could be signed by a specific bodybuilder Santa helper.
Oh yeah.
See, yeah, to make this real. See, we gotta get Santa to. Well, wait, we gotta get somebody to replace Santa who could actually do that. That sounds mean. Okay, no.
I don't think anyone could replace Santa. He's such a boss.
If I'm plotting to get rid of Santa, I'm gonna be on the naughty list for sure. So yeah.
Oh, busted.
See, one more thing is that, like, he fits through the chimney, right?
Yeah.
And what if somebody left the chimney, like the fire on, the fireplace? What are you gonna do that? Like, either he's gonna get burnt or use his magic, but that'd be annoying because then like he has to put the fire back once he goes back out the chimney, because then nobody will know. Because if he doesn't put back the fire, then you just have an empty fireplace and somebody's like, oh, the fire went out and I was watching the fire like the whole time. I just off for like 30 minutes, there's presents here and what happened, and then they're all confused. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was random, but yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. See,
Kind
there's
of.
so many. Santa is
so
genius,
many
bro. He just
things.
thinks of everything.
I know. Creative.
And also,
guy.
his sleigh is fast enough that all the governments of the world can't even track him. Like, physical genius. He could commit, like, a total crime over the whole world and be fine, but he's great, so he won't do that.
He's nice.
Yay! Santa!
I don't know. Santa's awesome, guys. Santa is amazing.
His big beard.
No one can say otherwise. His big beard is beast.
Like, what's even bad about Santa? There's nothing wrong.
No. Someone's like,
mean,
Santa's not real. Grow up.
Probably.
You're like, what?
One thing that he does wrong is he doesn't finish all the milk all the time. I mean, makes sense because he has to drink a lot of milk and eat lots of cookies. But like,
poor guy.
Don't leave out the milk. Like, put it in the fridge or something. I don't know.
I just feel bad for him because he's like has to eat all the stuff.
His metabolism though, like burning calories.
Better. It's better than mine.
Yeah, bro, and he's still fat somehow. Like, this guy, maybe he just lets it happen. He's like, I gotta keep up the image. So he eats tons of cookies. He probably just burns down calories, like, I'd say maybe 1,000 every minute. Because that seems unreasonable for a normal human being.
Yeah.
He's like just burning calories while he's sitting there.
It's like...
It's like,
oh my God.
that'd be, well, imagine burning so many calories that you just like got tons of muscle tone and everything. And so then like, if you burned enough calories that like your body would keep the calories that you need, but then it would like get rid of the ones that you don't need and everything, and all the like extra nutrients that you don't need, completely get rid of them, then you'd be like sort of muscle tone and everything. Yeah, I don't know, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Superhuman. Superhuman Santa, bro. Bodybuilder Santa is bodybuilder elves.
Yo.
Oh, bro, they're all wrestlers or something like that.
Dude, they probably that's what they do in the middle of the year, like in June and July. They're all like bodybuilding.
Yeah. They're stacked, bro. They probably all have super, like, at least 20 pounds of muscle just in their arms.
Oh, at least.
Santa's
each,
just like
each arm.
big buff guy, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, there's not much else to say about Santa. I mean, he's a great guy.
And he probably bodybuilds in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
But, our next topic for you guys is snow.
Ooh. Snow.
Oh, the weather outside is
frightful.
The fire is so difficult. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Ah, it's a good song.
Snow is fantastic, y'all. If you've never seen snow, come down here to lovely Utah. Maybe you'll find some. I don't know.
Yeah, you can go
to
one of our mini skiing resorts. You don't even have to ski. Just lay down in the snow for a couple hours, and probably freeze. But never mind about that. Just come see some snow.
Yeah, snow is great. I mean, okay, here. Let me give you a rundown of how I feel about snow, and I think everyone feels the same way. So, Christmas comes. Snow. Yay! Because Christmas spirit plus snow equals pure joy and happiness.
Strong Christmas spirit.
When you don't have snow, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like Christmas.
You don't want to see everybody's yellow lawns on Christmas. You see their dry, dead grass. It's boring. You want to see everything white as snow.
Yeah. And it looks
with a couple
awesome.
kids building a snowman, you know?
I mean, yes, it's cold, but like, you can always put on layers.
Yeah.
And it's just cool. It's like a winter wonderland outside. And then, so like, yeah, after Christmas, you know, you have fun. January, it's like, oh yeah, the snow's nice. And then at the end of January, you know, you're kind of like, man, I wish there was like some Christmas spirit or something. And then February rolls around and you're like, oh, snow, still. Can you go away, please? Like, you know, we had our fun, but now, like, I don't want to go sledding every day. So can you just go, please?
Yeah.
And then March.
Oh,
snow still.
Snow in March? Then that's terrible.
And then April. And then May. And then June.
If there's snow in June, yeah, moving.
Moving.
Yeah, if there's snow in June, there should never be snow in June anywhere except for maybe like the most north or south parts of the world. Like Antarctica, sure. But that's not like a place where lots of people live. Maybe a couple scientists, but yeah.
Yeah. I think that the max population is like 10 or 20.
Yeah, probably somewhere around 20. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm guessing in between 10 and 20.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, if you haven't seen snow yet, then just see it. Plus, it looks way cool under a microscope. Like, I don't even know how, but it's like literally symmetrical formations of ice.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that that's natural. Like, when we were talking about, like, the hexagon-shaped rocks down in Norway and Ireland, I think it's Ireland or Scotland where it is. So, or, yeah, somewhere over there. Somewhere over there, you'll go find hexagon-shaped rocks. But, like, another crazy thing about nature is the fact that when it freezes, it becomes completely symmetrical and it comes out as snow. Yeah. It's so cool.
Yeah. And then kids like roll snowballs for snowmen, and then it's all just jumbled up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Catching snowflakes on your tongue.
Yeah. And one weird thing is we usually get a lot of snow, but we also don't get it at one time. So then there's always maybe a couple inches of snow, but never over a foot.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen over a foot of snow, even though it snows a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, what I wish would happen is, you know, like my parents are always talking about how it snowed like 4 feet when they were kids. They were like, yeah, it was literally so high and everything was covered and you were pretty much a sitting duck until like the snowplows could get out into the streets. And I was all like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go outside and literally just dig underneath the snow and bam, snow fort. You're done.
But that's also dangerous. Just be careful when you do that. Yeah.
Yeah. But like 4 feet of snow just sounds amazing.
Yeah, and you'd have a snow day if you had school.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It'd just be all gone. It's like no school today because you can't get to school.
Yeah. I remember a year when I was very young, maybe like 7 or 8, you know, and I remember it very clearly because of how awesome it was. But there was about 1.5 feet of snow, and that's the most snow I think I've ever seen. Like, the highest.
We gotta like somehow figure out how to make a machine that would, I guess, strengthen the weather, so then it give you a certain amount of snow, and then you have like 5 feet of snow on purpose.
Maybe when I'm rich and I live in a mansion, I'll just make like a biodome.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be
1 second there's snow, the next second there's sand everywhere, and it's a desert.
You go to the beach right after you just were building a snowman.
You know what's weird? There is a place in the world where you can go from freezing cold, literal snow, to a hot, sunny, 90-degree beach in an hour.
Pretty sure that's Utah. I mean, it'd
not.
be a beach at a lake. But
it's actually not.
The weather changes so much, though. You know.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's super cold, and then the next minute it's literally like 80 degrees.
Yeah, Utah's
Insane.
weird. Utah weather is like messed up. But no, the place I'm talking about is actually in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like the peaks of the mountains, they have snow on them, and I guess there's like an observatory or something up there. So, like you can go up there and get tours or something. But yeah, there's snow up there like all the time, I guess. And then you drive down like literally less than an hour, and bam, you're at the beach.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
And one weird thing too is that one of the tallest, tallest mountains in the world is in Hawaii, but because it's submerged in water, it's not the highest. And so Mount Everest is the highest elevation that you could ever get to, but that one is the tallest. So yeah, pretty crazy.
It's so cool. Like there's so many cool things in the world, like that even we can't figure out because it's just so fascinating. And like they haven't even figured out why we have dreams yet.
Yeah, because the brain is complicated too.
The brain is like a mess.
It has to explain itself too, which is interesting because if you think about it, humans are curious about everything, right? And so then we've studied our own brains. Our brain chooses to study itself, to learn more about itself, because it doesn't know about itself, which is interesting.
Very.
Yeah.
It's just cool. So cool to think about. But yeah, we could probably talk forever about the brain, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
might as well do that sometime. We'll do it later though.
Oh yeah. So our next topic for you guys is Christmas songs.
Oh yeah, Christmas songs. One thing I hate is when people play Christmas songs in like July or just ridiculous times. You know, like you can play Christmas songs after Thanksgiving, all the way up maybe through the end of January. I feel like is okay, but like don't play Christmas songs in the middle of the summer, 6 months before December.
Yeah.
And some songs are way overplayed too.
Oh yeah. I had a teacher who literally on Halloween was playing Christmas music, and I'm like, please. Like, it was not good. It wasn't good.
Out of that class.
It wasn't good at all. I was just like, respect the holiday. Respect it.
Yeah.
You
know? Mad respect.
But when the Christmas spirit has come and Christmas is around the bend, then Christmas music is amazing.
Yeah. And I feel like there's not really any bad Christmas songs either.
No.
All of them are really good. Especially from the time period. I think it's like there's a lot of Christmas songs from, I think it's 1950s probably, I'm guessing. Might be a little bit later. But they always have like the multiple people singing and harmonizing together.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like those songs are great. And they've never gotten old. Like we play them decades after they came out. It's insane.
I'm dreaming of a life. Dude, I love that song's great.
Yeah.
Classic. It's so good.
But then there's some songs, like, they're good songs, but they're played too many times. Like, All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Ooh,
and now I just hate that song because it's played too much. It's like literally on the Alexa I was playing music the other day, and it played that song 3 times in a row, and it was supposed to be shuffling the songs. What? And I was like, just skip the song. Anyways,
that sounds bad. And then there's like Christmas music that like everyone else like just kind of takes for granted, and they kind of just forget, but it's actually really good.
Yeah. And then there's also like Michael Bublé, who makes great Christmas music. And then there's Justin Bieber, who came out with some Christmas music, which I thought was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like it was already like nothing new. You know, it's just like
Oh, it was
rocking
just like
around
dubbed
the
versions.
Christmas tree. Yeah, like just him singing the same version. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like it's not the worst because it's Christmas music, but it's also just kind of weird because it's the same music we already listened to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure about that one, Chief.
I mean, Christmas music, like a lot of it, you know, it is played over a lot. I can definitely relate. But there is that other stuff, you know, that you never hear anymore. Like I never hear Frosty the Snowman anymore.
Yeah, the guy who sings that sounds like Danny DeVito, kind of.
It does.
And I don't know why. I think it's so funny because it's like Frosty the Snowman, and I'm just like Danny DeVito. Wait a minute, and it's actually not Danny DeVito, but it's still a good singer.
Oh man,
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's not much else to say about Christmas music.
No, not really.
So let's move on. We have a random word, and here's how we're doing it this time. We chose 10 different topics, just random ones off the top of our head, and we're going to have the Alexa choose one of these by choosing a random number, so I'll do that. Echo, give me a random number from 1 to 10.
Here's a number between 1 and 10. It's 3.
Okay, the number is 3. So that means we're going to talk about sledding or sleds.
Ooh. I love sledding.
Same.
Like,
just about to say that.
You know, it's so fun going down a massive hill, and like it sucks to hike up it, obviously, but like going down, you know, it's like a water slide or like a roller coaster ride, you know. And especially if you go head first, it makes it so much better. But I think what makes it what it is like what sled you have and how big the hill is. Because like if you have a really nice sled, then it's going to be so much better of an experience. But if it's a steep hill, it's going to be even better. Because like a lot of hills, you know, they just choose because, you know, they're like steep enough that you can like glide down them, but they only choose them because, you know, they're safe for kids. And once you turn to your like teenage years or like you're an adult, you kind of just want something better than one of those kiddie hills.
Yeah.
They're like, come on, bring it on. Bring it on, I can take it.
And at that point, when you want something better, is when you try to snowboard on your sled, and it actually works okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
You know what else is fun? Ice blocking.
Yeah.
Like you just sit on a block of ice with a towel on it.
Yeah.
And then you just ride down a hill. It's fun.
Yeah. And well, like one time we went sledding, and this one guy brought his snowboard, and I was trying to use the sled, right? He's like, "You want to use this instead?" So he kind of taught me a little bit, like how to kind of do it, you know, because I'm not very good. And I thought it was pretty fun because you go so much faster on a sled since they're designed to go faster, because they just like slide better than a sled would. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you just gotta
sledding is fun.
Yeah. Honestly, like the circle ones are okay, but I feel like the best ones you're gonna get are those nice metal wood ones, you know, like they literally have like the trucks on the bottom of them, because those things apparently go super fast. Or like the ones from Costco, those are really nice.
Oh yeah, there's this one we found that it kind of like it has a seat for you and then a front part that you like grab onto, I guess. And that one, it works really well for some reason. And it's easier to take up the hill too, so I like that one.
Yeah, honestly, the sledding is just, it's fun, you know, like if you're bored one day and you're like, I want to go out in the snow, then that's what you should just go for that. Like, I really just want to find some other place to go sledding though, because, you know, like where we live, we have like this outdoor amphitheater thing, you know, like And like they don't have seats, but it's just like grass that kind of goes down to the amphitheater, which isn't much of an amphitheater at all. It's just like a concrete platform, the base of it. And so it's not much. But like in the winter, everyone goes there to sled. You know, like I've been there a lot, and it's cool, but it's not very fun because there's a billion people there. There's always a billion people there. And when there's a billion people there, they sled over the snow, and then it gets used over, and then it just kind of goes away. It's weird.
Yeah, and it like makes the grass come up and stuff,
Yeah,
and then all the snow's dirty.
Yeah.
It just makes a big mess.
Yeah. And when there's a lot of people, you have the hazard of like running into people too, which is scary. Like last year I went there, and I was going head first. Like, have you ever tried to make a train out of sleds? Like a sled train?
That's a terrible idea.
Oh yeah,
but
we did a sled train with like 3 sleds, and then we like came around, so like the back of it was kind of coming close up to the front, so we were basically just a wall of sleds that was about to run over anyone in our path. And then there was a person that walked right in our path, completely oblivious, and we're like, watch out, and they didn't hear us. And then right at the last second, they looked over, saw us, and they like started running the other way. And we ran over them, but they didn't get hurt at all. So
that's why when you're sledding, you have to watch where you're like, not when you're the person sledding, but when you're at a place where you're going to be sledding, you have to watch what's happening around you, because if you're on a sled, you can't control it, and then if you're like standing there oblivious, you're going to get hit by the sled, and
guaranteed. Yeah, it's just guaranteed going to happen. So
sleds are crazy sometimes.
Oh yeah. Well, I think we're all done here, to be honest. This is our longest podcast episode ever. History.
I guess Christmas is that good.
Yeah, guys, Christmas is amazing. So,
and if you celebrate any other holidays like Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, well then, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa, and also Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Synchronizing.
Nice falsetto.
Oh, thank you. Speaking of which, we should do some impressions soon for the people. Yeah. I think they liked them.
Look out for that.
Yeah.
We'll be doing that soon.
Hopefully.
Planned maybe even on Christmas Day.
Oh, good Christmas present for you guys.
I'll be out of town. So, yeah, sometime after Christmas, watch out for that episode on Totally Random Talk Show 2, because of course there's a second one. There's always a second one.
Yeah, obviously.
Yoda said that.
And?
Yoda said that about the
and?
So there has to be a second of everything.
Remember this. Not every sequel is terrible. Just remember that. Because...
in fact, I believe the sequel for ours is better because it's my account, so yeah. Just brag.
I just like it because it's us doing stupid things. So, if you guys haven't seen it yet,
than us talking about goats.
Go look at it. Like, we had an episode where we just talked about Chick-fil-A for 10 minutes. If you like...
because Chick-fil-A is just that good.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is amazing. So, yeah, if you want...
But you know what's better than Chick-fil-A?
What?
Christmas time.
Yeah.
And also, having a good day.
Have a good day, guys.
Have a good day.
And, as always, stay random and Merry Christmas.
Stay random. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.